Hello friends, good day to you from wherever you are watching me from. So today I'm continuing my lessons on how to use some of the functions on Yamaha keyboards. Today the lesson I'm going to give is about correcting your mistakes when you are doing a multi-recording. Imagine doing a recording which is 5 minutes, and in the course of the recording, just getting to the end, you make a mistake. Do you have to record the whole channel again, or there is a way you can correct it? That is what this video seeks to address. Okay, so now you go onto your record channel and click on multi-recording. So let's say we are doing a multi-recording. All right, I don't have any song played, so I'm going to play a simple hymn, and I will intentionally make a mistake and will teach you how I will correct that. So I'll click on my record, then let me play the hymn, Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross. So okay, so now the recording is done. Now let's listen to it and see where I made the mistake. So the mistake occurred here. Throughout this part, I was messing up. Then I came back on track. Okay, so we could see from here, this is the measures of the song, or other people will call it bar. So let's play it again. Watch the number very well where I messed up. So measure 5. From measure 5, that was where I messed up. Okay, so this is what you do to correct the mistake. You click on this. Have you seen the start and the stop? You click on it. Now once you click on it, this is what you see. Now S series has this function, but you have where you go before you could see all this. I would do a separate video on that. So this is at normal, and you see rec start, then rec stop. It means that recording start, recording stop. Now in correcting your mistakes, you can use any of these two functions: first key on, punch in at. Now personally, I think the punch in at is very effective than the first key on, so I will teach the punch in at. Maybe when I have time, I'll do the first key on as well. So punch in at, you will check the measure where the mistake occurred. So in my case, the mistake occurred in measure 5 or bar 5. So you click here, you click punch in at, then you put the measure where the mistake occurred there. Okay, you can just change the numbers. So measure 5. Now you go to record stop. Now you click on punch out at. Which measure do you want your correction to be done up till? Now in my case, the song is not very long. Okay, so I can decide to replace everything. From measure 5 going, I can decide to replace everything. But if you are doing a song which is quite long and the mistake occurred in a specific bar, there is no need to replace everything. So in that case, if the mistake occurred in measure 5 to measure 7, you just punch out at measure 7. All right, I hope it has been understood. So I'm replacing everything after measure 5. Now let's listen to something. Now I'll have to exit the screen. When I exit the screen, I'll click on my recording again. Now let's play the song. you would see that when it gets to measure 5, the keyboard would be silent, but the recording will still be going on. Okay, let's do that. You see that it's silent, right? Okay, so that is what I normally do. Now, when the mistake occurs in the middle of the song, you can just forward the song. You don't need to start from measure 1. It will just waste your time. You can just forward it near to where the mistake occurred. But in this case, because it's not a long song, I'm just going to keep starting from measure 1. But this is what I personally do. As the measures are playing, I will be playing on the keyboard as well, so that when it gets to where the mistake is and the keyboard is silent, I will not miss out. Okay, so I'll click on my recording again, then I click on play. As the song is being played, I'm playing it here as well. Good. So when I'm done, I'll click stop. Now let's play what I just played and see whether the correction was made or not. Bear in mind, I made the mistake at measure 5. It has been corrected and it's replacing everything that was after measure 5. Very good. Okay, so let's go to our punch in, punch out again. Now when you finish, please bring it to normal. Otherwise, every recording that you make would start at bar 5. Okay, now let me quickly run through the first key on. What the first key on does is that it is a way of correcting a mistake. Okay, so with the first key on, immediately you touch the keyboard, it will start from that point to correct the mistake. And first key on, when you touch the keyboard, it will start to correct the mistake. And when you put it at punch out, when you lift your hand from the keyboard, so let's say the mistake occurred at measure 5, you have to just watch the keyboard keenly so that when it gets to measure 5, you start playing. And when it gets to where you've corrected the problem, you lift your hand and it will just stop recording at that point. But the demerit of this is that sometimes there will be a lag between you touching the keyboard and when you release your hands from the keyboard too, there will be a lag. So your recording would be some way where you corrected the problem. It will not be very smooth, but the punch in, punch out is very, very effective. One way also that you can punch in and out is by using a pedal. If you have a pedal, you can just switch the pedal on like this, so that when you step on the pedal, it punches in. When you release the pedal, it punches out. But honestly, I have been using this punching out at and punch out at, and it's very, very effective. I hope you learned something today. So in my next video, I may teach how to do multi-recordings and how to even record with a microphone on the keyboard as well. Thank you very much for following me.